Today we are looking at how do we find bigger equivalent fractions or how do we find smaller equivalent fractions. So what we're going to do is to increase our fractions, that is to make them bigger, or to decrease or to reduce them, that is to make them smaller. We simply multiply or divide. Right, so if we've got a half, this is in its simplest form. So to make it bigger, we simply multiply, right? But what do we multiply by? If we multiply any number or any fraction by 1, it does not change. So our smallest number that we can multiply by and that can give us a different answer is 2. So we are going to say a half multiplied by 2, right? Then because we're multiplying by 2 there, we also have to multiply the denominator by 2. Because whatever we do to the numerator, you also do to the denominator. That's the rule when you're dealing with fractions. If you multiply the numerator, you also have to multiply the denominator by the same number. So here, if we say 1 times 2, we're going to get 2. 2 times 2, we're going to get 4. So our final answer is 2 over 4. So we are saying half is equivalent to 2 over 4. A quick one again, with the same fraction, a half. This time we're multiplying by 3 over 3. 1 times 3 is equal to 3, and then 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Same applies if we want the next one. This time around we're not going to multiply by 4. Maybe let's just pick a number like 10. Say multiply by 10. Over 10, this is equal to 10 over 20. So we are now saying a half is equivalent to 10 over 20, a half is equivalent to 3 over 6, a half is equivalent to 2 over 4. Now let's use a different fraction which is not a half. Let's say a 2/3. And this time, because we said we can choose any number to multiply, we can multiply by 4 over 4, which is equal to 2 times 4 is 8, and then 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So we are saying 2/3 are equivalent to 2 over 8. So if you're given any fraction here and there is nothing else given, just choose any number that you want to multiply by and then you get your equivalent fractions. So that's how you simply get equivalent fractions. Multiply the given fraction by any number of choice if you're not given any number. Then the answer you get is the equivalent fraction. But most importantly, remember that the number that you multiply the numerator by is the same number you should multiply the denominator by again. Let's look at this one. We multiplied 1 by 3, so we also had to multiply 2 by 3. So if we multiply by 3 over 3, then that's correct. Okay. So now, we can also be given fractions that are bigger, that we need to find smaller equivalent fractions for certain fractions. So for example, let's say we are given 10 over 12, like this, and we want to find equivalent fractions to 10 over 12. Because this side we were making bigger and we said we were multiplying, right? So which means this side we're making them smaller, so we are dividing. So when we are dividing, we need to find a number that can go into 10 and into 12 without leaving a remainder. Using the same principle that we're using here, that if we multiply by 2, then we also have to multiply by 2. So same here, if we divide, right? If we choose a number that we're going to divide into 10 and into 12, it should be the same number. So we're going to look for numbers that go into 10 and into 12 without leaving a remainder. So in this case, our number is 2. So we're going to say divided by 2 over 2, which is equal to, right? So we then say, how many times does 2 go into 10, or how many 2's make up 10? We find that there are 5. Then we say, how many 2's can go into 12, or how many 2's do we find in 12? We find that there are 6. So we now say 10 over 12 is equivalent to 5 over 6. Right. Another example, 15 over 20. Right, we've got 15 over 20. Right, so if you look at 15 over 20, let's look at which number goes into both 15 and 20 without leaving a remainder. We'll find that it's 5. So we are going to say divided by 5 over 5, which is equal to. Then we say how many times does 5 go into 15? It goes in 3 times. How many times does 5 go into 20? It goes in 4 times. So we're now saying 15 over 20 is equivalent to 3 over 4, or to 3/4. Right. Moving on. Right, so let's now look at 18 over 24. Right, so because 18 over 24 might have more than one number that goes into both of them without leaving a remainder, we're going to come and say, okay, how do we make 18? We say the first one is 1 times 18. The second one is 2 times 9. Then we've got 3 times 6, right? So we can see now that the numbers that go into 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, then we've got 9 and 18 itself. So these are the numbers that go into 18 without leaving a remainder. Then you go on to 24, it's equal to 1 times 24. Then you also have 2 times 12. Then you also have 3 times 8. Then you also have 4 times 6, right? So if we go, we'll have 8 times 3 and 12 times 2, but because we've written them down there, so we're now going to say which are the numbers that goes in. Then we order them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Right. So if you look at this, you can see that we have got 1 and 1 don't change anything. So we've got 2 and 2. So which means we can actually divide this by 2. So we're going to say divided by 2, divided by 2, which gives us 9 over 12. So we are saying 18 over 24 is equivalent to 9 over 12. But we can also go on to say, okay, let's use a different number, because we can also use 18 over 24 divided by, so this time around we're choosing 3 because there's 3 and 3 there. So divided by 3 over 3, which is equal to 18 divided by 3 is 6. 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. So we can say also 6 over 8 is equivalent to 18 over 24. We also have, can't divide by 4 because there is no 4 there, but there is 6 there, right? So we can also say 18 over 24 divided by 6 over 6, which is equal to, right? 18 divided by 6, this is 3, and then 24 divided by 6, this is equal to 4. So we can also see that 3/4 is equivalent to 18 over 24. So that's how you find equivalent fractions. If you are not given any number, they just given you the fraction, then you need to look for numbers that go into the numerator and into the denominator without leaving a remainder. Then that's your answer when you divide. So if they haven't said in simplest forms, you can leave your answer as 9 over 12. But you will realize that 9 over 12 have got other factors, but we'll look at it in our next lesson.